Okay guys, welcome to another Mamemeister 10-minute mashup. Yep, I thought I would take a look at this little game. It's probably one of the very first sort of electronic oblique video games I ever played. This is the rather sublime Game & Watch from Nintendo. Now, you've probably guessed I'm not playing a real one here. This is actually through the wonderment that is emulation. So yeah, let's start the game. Game A. Now, yep, this was Parachute. This was one of the very successful Game & Watch games released by that there Nintendo. Now, I did actually have this one. I can't remember whether it was one of these bootleg copies, which was extremely common back in the day. Now, the game is very simple. There's little guys jumping out of a helicopter, and you've got to attempt to pick them up. Now, you can move either middle, left or right, and that is your whack. It obviously lacks any online options, and it doesn't have any high score. In fact, no, I tell you, it does have a high score, I think. It also, you can't play multiplayer. It doesn't have any HDMI output at all, but it's extremely small and will go in your pocket. Now, I'm sure later levels there's something that is niggling me. I'm sure the wee guys can actually snag on top of the little palm trees. Now, if a guy is unlucky enough to hit the water, something rather nasty happens. I'm not going to actually let you see it unless I don't physically get the guy. So yeah, this was what we played back in the early 70s. This was before your Atari VCS and even your Pong machines. I mean, Pong was like next generation compared to stuff like this. But it's hard to play this now and not feel that it's how the hell does this keep my attention? But you know what? Ah, there you go. Yep, one of them has just fallen in the water, and you'll see there he got gobbled up with a shark, and there's a rather smug looking shark. The funny thing is, when it's moving as slow as it is, it's actually sometimes hard to judge just what one is actually going to hit the water first. But once it kind of speeds up a wee bit, then it does kind of, I think, get a wee bit easier to actually determine who you need to get first. It's like spinning plates, you need to know where to go. Now, I think the very first Game & Watch was what was it called? Was it Juggler? I think it was. Basically, you're throwing a ball. Or was it called Ball? Yeah, it was called Ball. And you basically juggled a ball. You threw a ball in the air, and then you would have 3 or 4 balls all at once. I mean, I suppose this particular game is graphically, it's probably better looking. But yeah, it looks extremely dated, and it is. I mean, it's very basic. And after I've made this video, the chances are I'll never want to play this ever again. Saying that, I would still quite like to actually own one of these wee parachute games, but they have become very collectible, and some of them do go for some silly money. Sound is a bit naff. You've got little bips, and that is your whack. Yeah, and it's what's surprising is I've actually managed to play it for 4 minutes and 38 seconds without being bored rigid. But it's, you know what, it's a reaction game than anything. That's all it is. Arse. Yep. what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this after losing 3 lives, or game over, or I get to 10 minutes, whatever comes first. And looking at how poorly I'm doing, I reckon it's going to be the 3 lives thing first. But as you can see there, it's very, very basic animation. I mean, I think to even call it animation would be kind of pushing the truth a wee bit. And you can probably hear my dog. Why is it dogs always kick off when I'm making videos? I've obviously spotted next door's cat again. Now you may be able to tell if indeed you've still actually tuned in. If you have, then I admire your stamina for staying in this video for so long. Yeah, what was I saying? You may notice it has sped up ever so slightly. I'm sure 999 was the maximum score. And because of the lack of frames, I mean, each little pilot's got about, I don't know, five frames of animation. You know, it's not always easy to determine who's going to hit the water first. But it does make a wee beeping noise when you actually pick them up. Oh, that was close. It's slightly faster. Honest, it is. But yeah, Nintendo went on to make big sort of dual screen ones. Was it Donkey Kong Cement Factory or something? I think it was called. There was various ones. Mario Brothers. Anyway, I'm sufficiently bored, so I'm going to end this video right now. This is the rather interesting, oh, call it interesting, shall we? Ah, bollocks, it's game over anyway. Yep, it's that's Parachute, and that was released by Nintendo in 1970 something. That's it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching.
Thanks for watching my Mamemeister channel. Please feel free to like, comment or subscribe. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter.